Hi, welcome to this video series. In this playlist, we're going to be discussing how to configure Centrify Privilege Service to provide password and session management capabilities to your AWS infrastructure. Although this is AWS oriented, you can use the principles in the next videos to extend those services to Azure, to Rackspace, or any other infrastructure as a service provider. The key here is that in your IaaS infrastructure, you may need also to manage password lifecycle, provide session services like jump box services, proctored access, session capture and replay. You may also need to provide advanced password services like CLI or application to application password management. And of course, you need to be able to control who has access to what and all the other access control capabilities. There's many ways to deploy a privileged service. So we're going to basically work on a simple model. I have a simple AWS infrastructure. I have a domain controller, a member server, only one outbound IP address, and a couple of Linux systems in there. So the idea is that we can provide a central place to control who has access to those instances without exposing public IP addresses. We can rely on a single internet gateway to do this because, as you'll see, we only require outbound HTTPS connectivity. Um, in terms of prerequisites, obviously AWS. One thing that you need is also Active Directory. This could be your own managed AD plus or a hosted AD by AWS. Notice that we have a couple of groups. I'm going to keep things simple. We're going to have a set of AD users or that belong to a group, and they're going to have full access. Others are going to have to limited access. So they'll need to request access to get access to passwords or to proctored or assisted sessions, right? And I have a couple of test users here. You also need a Centrify Privilege Service tenant, and you need the sysadmin account to get started. So the next video, we're going to add the cloud connector. You also need, if you want to provide DVR-like recording, you need access to the Centrify Direct Audit bits. So with that in play, there's considerations with AWS. So your systems should be able to talk to each other. For example, if you want to provide a jump server access to SSH sessions, then the system designated for the cloud connector should be able to connect over port 22. Same thing if you're doing it for RDP, then you need to be able to provide connectivity through TCP 3389. If your cloud connector is also going to act as an identity bridge, then it needs to be able to talk to the main controllers on well-known Active Directory ports. And that's a prerequisite. So we're going to do something very simple, and this should highlight how simple things are to set up with Centrify in terms of providing password and session jump box access.